Alrighty, hello, and welcome back to another episode here in the Transformation series on the YouTube channel. We got a weekend recap coming straight at you. I know it's been a couple days, I'm sorry, I apologize, but a busy weekend nonetheless, and a lot to go over and a lot to cover. We got back in the gym, we got some outdoor stuff going on, I'm tired, and had some buddies in town. So without further ado, hello, welcome to the Transformation series. Like I just said, my name is Ian. I'm going to be taking you through everything there is to do on a transformation, everything there is to know, weight loss, nutrition, weigh-ins, measurements, workouts. So without further ado, let's start things off. We're going to start on Saturday and then move our way through Tuesday as we recap this real quick. Saturday, honestly, a pretty slow start to the morning. Didn't really have much going on until later in the afternoon, so I was just at home doing some work, finishing up some stuff that I had done on Friday that I had to finish up and submit here on Saturday, and got through all that nice and easy, and then ended up going out with some buddies. The buddy I had coming into town came in, and he's like, hey, you guys want to grab some drinks? So we went out downtown, grabbed a couple drinks. One thing with this, it's nutrition and trying to stay healthy, so that was a big focus. We did do some cardio beforehand, so Saturday afternoon earlier, I want to say around 1 o'clock, we started the day with some cardio, did a quick little hour, little jog / walk around the apartment complex here, just to kick off our day. The weather was nice and get things going. After that, came back in, had some food. I had one of my last meal preps that I had prepared, which now that I say it, I'm trying to remember what my meal prep was. I can't remember it, honestly, off the top of my head. It's been a little bit. Honestly, I don't even know if it was meal prep. I actually might have just done eggs and toast. I think that was it. Nothing too crazy there. So had that, and then after a couple hours, we ended up grabbing a protein breakfast burrito meal prep that I had done for my dinner, quote unquote, before we went out, because I couldn't afford to spend money on food downtown, so I didn't. Just grabbed a couple drinks with some buddies and enjoyed our time, and then came back, chilled, and yeah, quick, nice and easy night there. Nothing too crazy, nothing too fancy. Did end up having a little bit of a cheap meal, did have a little Taco Bell on the way home. I'm sorry, mainly to myself, because I'm disappointed that I ate that. I shouldn't be. It's not part of the meal preps. It's not part of the meal plan. It's a little too many calories going into the weekend. So I'm annoyed at myself for that, to say the least. But yeah, that's where our night wrapped up there. Then we ended up coming home and getting into the next day. So moving on to Sunday. Sunday was a little more outside heavy, a little more outside focused. We went to a brewery 25 minutes away outside. It was a gorgeous day, so we just sat out there, had some drinks, played some cornhole, played some card games. We even played Scrabble at one point, just enjoying ourselves, having a good time, and then ended up coming back, having some drinks at a buddy's house. And I didn't eat up to that point. I didn't want to, I didn't want to spend money on food while we were out. So kind of chilled there. We ended up going out to dinner to Buffalo Wild Wings on a Sunday, which is kind of unexpected and random. But everything else was closed by the time we got back, and had played some games and had some fun. And it was to the point where it's like, okay, everything's closed, because we were exhausted. We got back from the brewery. We got there at around 12:31. Got back at 6:30, and we just chilled for a little bit. Watched an episode of Black Mirror, the new season. I've never seen an episode of Black Mirror before. The newest season, first episode. It's a sad one. It's a downer. Be prepared for that going in. That's all the warning I'm going to give. Crazy episode. But nonetheless, get back into this. Then we ended up going out to Buffalo Wild Wings. I just had a sandwich. I had their cheesesteak, and that was it. That kind of concluded the day. So I didn't eat too much. Obviously, a cheesesteak with some fries isn't going to be too calorie friendly. So we probably hit around 1,500 calories there. Obviously not ideal, but it is what it is. And then ended up going back to the friend's house, having a couple more drinks, hanging out, and then came home. This doesn't stop there. It was a bit of a party weekend with hanging out with everyone. So Monday then comes in, had work earlier in the morning, so had meetings, yada, yada, yada. Ended up taking an hour to play some tennis because the weather was nice and the tennis courts were open. So we got a little bit of a workout in there to start off our Monday. I say start off, it was like 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock when I did that. And then we had a little picnic, little graduation celebration as the semester's ending up over here for us, and just taking the students out and having some fun. at a park. We played some cornhole, played some pickup football, which was really fun. All-time QB, slanging it. It was some fun though. But yeah, that kind of concluded that part of the day. In terms of food there, honestly, I just had a hot dog and a burger. Nothing too crazy calorie-wise, but there's decent protein in those. Hot dog, no bun, burger on the bun, and then a couple chips, I guess, and then just drinking as much water as I could, because I definitely needed to get that in. But yeah, then we ended up going to get some Margs. It was Marg Monday. My buddy who was back in town was my old roommate. He now is up in Syracuse, so don't see him that much. So when he was down, it's like his first time being back here. And yeah, we had some drinks there, had some dinner. For me, I just grabbed the birria tacos, delicious, by the way, big fan. A little greasy on the consomme, but not too bad. And then ended up going back to the buddy's house, my coworker's house again, same spot we've been at the last couple nights, and just sat around outside, enjoying ourselves, enjoying the weather. And yeah, that concluded Monday, and now we get into today, which is Tuesday. I hope this recap isn't too boring, but yeah, kicked off today with some work from home, a couple meetings, nothing too crazy. Decided to get back into the gym because it's been way too long since I've been in the gym and lifting weights. So today was push day, finally. My favorite day in the gym, and this time off is kicking my butt right now. But yeah, started out our push day like we do always with some pec deck. I then actually, after pec deck, did a little shoulder warm up because like when I was doing my pec deck, I was feeling a little tight on my shoulders. So I just did a quick little shoulder warm up, just some in, out, 10 pounds on the cables, nothing too crazy, but definitely just loosening myself up, getting back into the feeling of being in the gym and lifting weights, because it's been a week and a half, which isn't a lot of time, but for me, it should be less than that. I shouldn't be taking that many days off. And like that, granted, I've been doing workouts, we've been losing weight, we've been doing good, but not good enough for me. In this journey, I got to stick to it a little better. But yeah, then we moved over to the incline bench, throwing 50s up still. Like the strength didn't fully leave me. Granted, I was a little shaky on those. Like I'm getting them up, I'm like, okay. Like nothing like bad, but definitely the muscles needed a little awakening on that. And then moved over to a little shoulder press. Both of those I did 4x8, a little heavier, 50s and then 35s, which incline bench into dumbbell shoulder press is brutal on your arms, and it definitely felt that way. Immediately after, we got to get the triceps in to conclude push day. So did some tricep push downs. I usually would extend my days a little bit with some lat raises, with some single arm triceps, some kickbacks, maybe a skull crusher or two. But my arms at that point were fully dead. I'm like, I can't move my arms right now, and it hurts, which it should. It's the gym being like, hey, you missed out a little bit. Get back into things. This is what it feels like when you miss out. So I know leg day is going to suck. But yeah, that concluded the weightlifting. Then we got back to our normal treadmill. 30 minutes, 7.5 incline, 2.5 speed, my go-to. Throwing on a YouTube video, a new Will Tennyson video. Going through a weight loss transformation with somebody on there. Go watch that video. I highly recommend if you need a little motivation or just some words of encouragement. Really good video. But watched that on the treadmill, got through all that. Then I ended up coming home and then finally eating for the day. I had some potatoes left over that I'm like, okay, I'm going to be going home this weekend for like a week. I need to probably cook these potatoes before they start going bad. So cut them up into fourths. They're like the little tiny potatoes that you can get in the bag. Cut those up, a little bit of avocado oil, and then salt, pepper, paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, and maybe some cumin. I don't remember. Mix that all up, throw it in the oven for a little bit, and then I grabbed one of the, oh my gosh, I'm saying a lot, by the way. I completely apologize. My brain is liking to fill the gaps right now. But I had one of the protein breakfast burritos that I warmed up, and for a new way of doing this for me, after I warmed it up in the microwave, because it was frozen, because it's a meal prep, I put it into the toaster to crisp up the outside. Worked perfectly. I'm doing that every single time now. And with the potatoes in that, a little bit of a dip, some light mayo, hot sauce. Super simple. And that is all our food. And then it brings us to now. And sleep schedule is getting a little better, especially with this weekend with a couple drinks, just being able to fall asleep a little faster. The reason we didn't have some videos, like I said, I was at a friend's house. I slept over there a night or two, and then last night I got back super late and was just super tired. I laid down and just knocked instantly. So yeah, that's where we are right now. That's what things are looking like, and we move into tomorrow. Tomorrow is hopefully going to be our weigh-in. I should be able to get it before I have to go to some meetings at work and get that recorded and up and good to go. So really looking forward to seeing how the numbers are progressing so far. And then back in the gym, ideally, it depends on how long this meeting we have goes. It's a little retreat style post-faculty meeting, but it should be some fun. We're going to one of the coworkers' house, and he's a really nice guy, really awesome. So we might just sit there and have conversations for hours. Who knows? But video will be back out tomorrow. Should be daily up until this weekend. A little inconsistent probably because I'm going to be going home. I don't have a setup at home or anything to record, to edit. I don't know if I want to bring the camera or not. It just depends on what the rest of the week looks like. But we'll be getting back into things, getting things up and going as we have been. Getting back into the gym so much more. I love the feeling of it today. I know I'm going to be sore in the morning, but getting a nice leg day or pull day tomorrow. If my arms are super sore, I'll probably do a leg day just to make sure that I'm not pushing my arms too much and I can give them some time to rest. But yeah, as always, thank you so much for the support on the videos. Thank you so much genuinely for the comments, for all the interactions. It means so much sharing this story with all of you, you sharing your story with me. It gives me the motivation to continue going, and it's really awesome to just have that line of communication. And don't forget, tomorrow, do better. Be a better version of yourself. Do the things that tomorrow you're going to be happy with past you. I did my laundry today. I made my bed. I cleaned up around the place, took the garbage out. I did some dishes. Super productive day for me. So do that. Tomorrow you're going to be so much more thankful if you go through and do that. But yeah, I'll wrap things up for now. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.